Hello and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing super well. Today I've got my 2019 beauty favourites for you guys, that is just makeup. I didn't think I was going to do one of these this year, but I was writing everything down kind of on my phone, like all the sections, and I was like, actually I do have one for almost every category bar two, I think. But we will see that as we put it on my face, and without further ado, let's get some coverage on my face as I'm looking very, very pink today. If you hear any kind of rustling or anything, it's because I've had to put my makeup bag with all of my products in on my lap. So yeah, if anything makes a noise, that is because I've probably dropped it. But for, where is the other one? For base favourites this year, it's something, I don't know, different for me kind of. But I've chosen two. I think I might apply this one, but I'll show you obviously the other one as well. But I have chosen the Mercier Tinted Moisturizer, the oil-free version, just looks like this. And then the IT Cosmetics CC Cream, also the oil-free one, because yeah, these two products are amazing. If you've watched me for a while, you will know that I am more of a full coverage girl, so this would have been a stereotypical product for me. But towards the end of last year, I was introduced to this, and I have not used anything else, I'm going to say now, for over a month, with this just being like the earlier portion of the year. I'm going to put this on so you can just see how it looks. But yeah, if you would have watched any of my videos before, you will know that due to my skin not exactly being the best, I do prefer more of a full coverage base. One sec. Trying to do this is just a viewfinder. I might have to get my mirror out in a second. And yeah, just, what was I saying? Yeah, full coverage base due to my skin being blemished. So I do like to have more coverage when it comes to concealer and then my foundation. But as my skin has improved a little bit, I'm just buffing it in with a Real Techniques brush, because you can use your fingers. I do prefer to use my fingers sometimes, but it works just as well with a brush. And yeah, as my skin has cleared up in, definitely say in the recent months, like the recent couple of months, I have branched out into lesser coverage products, and I'm kind of loving it. I just, yeah, I don't know what it is. I like the feeling. I don't know whether that makes any sort of sense, but I like the feeling of not having to have as much makeup on my face, which is great. And then this is just beautiful anyway. As you can see, it has blended so lovely into my skin. Like, you do not need a brush. I sometimes use my fingers, which I think you are meant to do, but as you can see, just blends. Doesn't need any extra, like, you know, sometimes when you get foundation you have to spend more time in like one area, but this, like, that's pretty much it. Like, bring it a little bit down my neck and that is it, and it just looks amazing on the skin. If I do say it myself, it doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look like, you know, like some foundations can give you like a false base, it just doesn't look like skin at all. But this, yeah, is lovely. Now we shall move on to concealer. For concealer, I have chosen the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. And when I was writing my list out for this, I was genuinely going to put down the Makeup Revolution, what's it called? The, you know, the one that everyone raves about, I can see the packaging now, Concealer and Define, I think it's called. But then I thought, have I actually used that? I know it's set to my makeup bag, but have I used it? And all I could remember using was this, because it is the best thing on earth. Like, it's so easy to blend, so full coverage, and for those like tricky spots as well, it does allow you to build it up without it looking cakey or just crumbly in any way. Like, look, that is literally it, like a couple of seconds just to tap it in. And I use the shade Light Ivory. Oh, I forgot to say, in the Mercier I am the shade 2W2. And then in IT Cosmetics I am Light, I believe, Fair. And that is literally it. Like, I am so, like, these at the moment have been my dream team. I think we shall move on to powder next. For powder, I don't know whether this is going to come as any surprise to anyone because I've used this now solidly for about 2 years, but it is the Laura Cosmetics Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. This is just so worth the hype. If you haven't used it, you need to try it. Like, I have been through this pot now for about 2 years, give or take, coming up to 2 years, and I've not finished it, and I use it every single time I apply makeup. I just tip a little bit into the cap and then press it into the skin. I know some people are like, oh, you can swipe it across, but I just feel like if you get it, do that, get as much as you can on the bristles and then just press it into the skin. It sets everything beautifully, it doesn't cake, and as someone with oily skin, doing this step really makes a difference, as in, at the end of the day, I will have makeup on my face compared to other times where I'd like to say like high traffic areas of like oil, so my forehead, nose and then the tops of my cheeks, you will not have any product left at all unless I set it with this, and it just looks so effortless on the skin. It doesn't look cakey, it doesn't just sit on top of the skin. Like when you press it in, it really does merge with your concealer and your foundation and just looks beautiful. So if you haven't tried this already, I know that there's probably not a fair like amount of people left that haven't tried it. You need this. Like, it's £30 I think, and you get 29 grams, and I don't know whether you can see, I've made a dent, but there is not like, that's not running out anytime soon. So if you buy one thing from this video, you need this. Right, now moving on to cheek products. I'm going to start off with bronzer, as I do not actually... Yeah, we're going to go with bronzer because I do not have a blusher favourite. But I've got 3 for this year. I have Nars Laguna. This is going to be like the sorriest looking Laguna you have ever seen. Like, I've definitely hit pan on it. And the mirror bit at the top has come off. I have had this for years and it is my ride or die, like you can tell. I find this so easy to use. Definitely one for those who are on the paler side. Sometimes when I have fake tan you can't really see it, but unless you build it up. But this is just my perfect everyday bronzer. Oh no, thought I was going to drop it then, I thought please no. I've very nearly finished it up. And then next I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder bronzer in the shade Rosewood, and it just looks like this. This is more of a warmer bronzer compared to Laguna, even though this is the lightest one they do. I can get away with this on like a pale day like today, but I do have to use it sparingly. And then this isn't really a bronzer, but I do use it as a bronzer. This is the Laura Mercier powder foundation in the shade 16. And this is definitely one for fake tan days, as it is very, very warm. But all of these are beautiful and I cannot recommend like them all enough. Now, which one shall we use today? You know what? We'll go with Laguna. We'll go with Laguna just because it's looking a little bit sad for itself at the moment. Like, I will definitely repurchase this when it goes, because it's definitely one of those products where if you don't know what to use or you need something quick that you know is going to work, you know it isn't going to fail you, Laguna is definitely one of those products. It's also one of those products that everybody I think has used. When I made my YouTubers made me buy it video, over a year ago now, it was one of those products that I saw Zoella use and I had to have it. And I'm really happy that I did pick it up because it has become a staple within my makeup bag. Just applying it a little bit to my temples, a little bit to my cheekbones, just to warm myself up, as I am a pale gal. But yeah, if you haven't tried this already, you do need it. Or if you are slightly darker than me, Casino is also really, really, really good. Moving on to eyes, and I've done this in like a really, really strange kind of order, but I'm going to start off with eyeshadow. I think I've just got them all here on my lap. But for eyeshadow this year, I've not really been that experimentative. is that the word? Experimental, that's it. And if I haven't, like, because if I wear glasses, sometimes I think I don't really need to put eyeshadow on, mainly because obviously it hides it. But if I am wearing eyeshadow, literally the only combination I can think that I've worn apart from just applying a little bit of bronzer is these two from Laura Mercier. So I've been using, let's just pop that there, because if that falls out and smashes, I'm going to be very, very upset. The first product is Laura Mercier. These are Caviar Sticks. Yeah, Caviar Stick eye colour in the shade Blossom, and it is just this beautiful matte, I don't know whether you can be able to see that, baby pink colour, and I've just been applying this all over my lid, as so. Just giving it just a quick wash over my entire lid, and then I forgot to pick up a brush. Oh, there's my actual one. See, I'm ever so prepared here. And then using a flat brush, I just buff it all over my lid, and then just down closer to my lash line, so it looks a little bit more natural. Well, as natural as a bright pink baby eye can look. Like so. And then I've been using this single eyeshadow from Laura Mercier also in the shade Cognac, I believe. Yeah. And it is just this bronzy colour, but when you look at it, it's got little bits of like shimmer in it, but it isn't just one colour of shimmer. Like every time you look at it in different light, the shimmer is different, which I really like because it's so versatile for so many like different looks. Just applying this now through my crease with a fluffy brush, and then to the outer portion of my eye, like so. Like, I'm really not experimental with my eyeshadow at all. Like, this is the extent at the moment as to what I'll go for, mainly because I don't know whether it's anybody else. I don't think that like Instagram makeup suits my eyeshadow because I've got quite hooded eyes. Like, there isn't much lid space. I just don't think it suits me. So I much prefer just to do something like this. Like so. And be done with it. Now, before I forget actually, we'll move on to mascara. Again, with mascara, I haven't really, because I don't really think you can see it when behind my glasses, I don't really use it that often. But the only one I have worn this year is the L'Oreal Bambi Eye False Lash. I picked this up just because I'd seen the advert for it. Like, I'm generally not too fussy about mascaras, but this is beautiful. It's lengthening and volumizing at the same time. And you can like achieve an okay look just from doing like a few like wiggles in it. You don't need to sit there building it up until you get something that looks like you've got lashes, which is great if you can't, like, I'm gonna say can't, if you don't have the time in the morning or whenever just to like sit there and do your makeup like for ages. It is really, really good. This isn't the waterproof formula. I don't know whether they've brought one out yet, but this doesn't smudge. Like, it just stays in my eyelashes. You never find it underneath. Sometimes if I have applied a little bit too much, it can transfer onto my top, I'm gonna say top lid, like just under my brow bone. I thought that it had done it now. It's just a little spot, but that is, I'll move a little bit closer. Yeah, like, it is really, really good. I think it's full price. I think it's £13, but I did buy it on one of those introductory offers, but I would repurchase it full price again. Now for brows, again, I'm not very adventurous. I've just been using this. This is the Anastasia brow gel in Granite. I know it's gonna be, it looks, you know, insane. It's very dark. I think it is one of the darkest shades they do, but I do like to tint my brows, so this is the perfect colour for when they are freshly tinted. Or if you're a little bit lazy like me and don't keep up with your tinting as much as you should, you can kind of fake it with this. Like, you can brush it through like so. And then with a little brush, you can brush it in. Life hack. If you're too lazy to get your brows tinted, just do that. And that is it for the brows. I just brush it through like that and then leave it to dry. Again, this isn't going anywhere. Honestly, on the hottest days, like during the heat wave, this was sometimes the only product on my face, just because it is so heavy duty. Like, you can feel it setting down now. This will not move until I take it off later, and even then you do have to apply some cleanser to your brows to get this out, but this is the best of the best. I'm actually really sad now because we're on to the last category, but the last category is definitely my favourite. It is lips. And is it really me if you don't have about 9 million lip products at all time anywhere? But the one that I've got on at the moment is the Elizabeth Arden 8 Hour Cream Lip Balm version. Like, look, that is all that is left. I'm going to have to make a repurchase soon, but this is literally the best lip balm. If you have chronically dry lips like me, you need this in your life. Like, this has lasted me now. I got this for Christmas in 2018 and I've used it every day. Like, you literally need the tiniest amount. I just pat it into my lips just so it doesn't, like, if I'm going to apply any of these, and that is it. It has lasted such a long time as well. I don't think it's that reasonably priced though, but I would pay it if it's going to last this long again, because over a year now, I think it's like £20. Like, that is really, really good. And then for, I'll say for other lip product favourites, for lipstick favourites, I have been wearing the MAC Powder Kiss in Impulsive, which I got this for Valentine's Day and then wore it a couple of times and then didn't really pick it up, but I saw someone using it for a tutorial and I fell in love with it again. I just like push it into my lips. It does dry matte. Doesn't look at the moment, obviously, because I've got lip balm on, but it's this beautiful browny nudie colour. Like, I'll give you a swatch. I'll do two actually, because when you press it into the lips, it is a completely different colour to when you actually do a full swipe. Just looks like that. The top one is just it pressed into my hand, and then the bottom one is a full swipe. And then over the top, I've been loving the Fenty Gloss. Now, does this have a name? Fenty Glow. It's just the original one. Now, I got this at the same time actually as the lip balm, and it wasn't really, I don't know, I didn't get the hype with it when I first used it, mainly because when you take the wand out, so much product applies to it. It was only the one day I was like, I'll try it. I'll just scrape a little bit like into the, like, what's it called, bottleneck. I found that it goes on so much nicer. Like, I don't know whether anyone else has found this or whether I'm just being really picky, but it goes on so much easier. It doesn't look weird in any way. Like, it doesn't, sorry, the camera cut off things I've been filming for so long, but yeah, it doesn't look too much at all. Now I'm going to take my hair down and just give you a final review. Right, she says she's going to give you a final review, but I've just looked down and I've completely forgotten the most important product of them all, and that is the Urban Decay setting spray in All Nighter. Now, where should I put my glasses so it doesn't go everywhere? Like, this is the ride or die setting spray of ever, to be fair. It is, yeah, it is the best setting spray. Paired with my base combination, my foundation is, well, all of my face is not going anywhere, and that, let me pop the glasses back on, there we go, and that is it for my 2019 beauty favourites. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm actually really liking this combo. Like, it matches my top. Like, I didn't plan this, like, genuinely. Like, you saw I had to get my makeup brushes out. I'm not that well organised. But yes, thank you very, very much for watching. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you back here. And I will see you next week for a brand new video. Bye!